Hello, my name is Michaela and welcome to a day in my life traveling to London to experience Christmas there. So I'm studying in Bristol, so I had to take a bus to get to London, which it's about a 2-hour bus ride, maybe 2.5 hours, I honestly don't remember. So I packed a peanut butter and jelly sandwich as my breakfast because it was an early bus ride, and walked to the bus and coach station, which isn't too far if it's nice weather. It's about 25 minutes from my place. I went upstairs. This was the first time that I got to do a double-decker bus, so I was quite excited by that. And once I was up there, look at that, it looks like I'm just on a normal bus. It doesn't look like it's any taller. I don't know what I was expecting. It wasn't like a skyscraper or anything. And then I opened up Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol and began to read that because I had never read it before, and it just felt like it was apropos for this time of year. And I think definitely anyone who celebrates Christmas should read this because it's so it really puts you in the spirit. London itself is beautiful, even before it got dark out. As you can see driving in, I couldn't see the lights or anything, but it's still really fun to look out the window. And then I left Victoria Coach Station, which is where I took my bus to. I'm on my way to Winter Wonderland. I've heard so many good things about it, and it's basically just a winter festival, and it's going to be in Hyde Park. So I'm walking there now. I have a 2-hour window to enter for my ticket, and I've got like 20 minutes remaining, but fortunately I'm only a 10-minute walk away, so I'll make it in time. I couldn't believe how much this carnival sprawled across Hyde Park. I had no idea that it was this large. Right at the entrance there's this ice skating rink, and I entered straight into the vendors area, so like a German market kind of, with all these different Christmas themed items. And I mean, just look at the size of everything, the trees and the Ferris wheel, the rides. I want to look up actually as soon as I'm done recording this what the process is for building this, because I can't imagine that they put this up every single Christmas, but like they must, because it wouldn't make sense to leave it up year round. I have no idea, so I am going to research this afterwards. But then after I wandered around and kind of got my bearings, I sat at this picnic table after I did ask if anyone aside from paying customers could sit there, and the lady said yes. So I sat alone at this picnic table and ate my lunch, which honestly, like looking back retrospectively, sounds and looks very depressing, but it was actually enjoyable. There's Christmas music playing, and it was fun watching everyone enjoy the festival. And then I went deeper into the rides area. Oh my gosh, wait, this is just the cutest thing. See the snow on the roof, like the fake snow on the roofs? I thought that was adorable. And look at the size of that Ferris wheel. Can you believe that? And then also the prices were ridiculous. It was like 20. Okay, no, I guess it wasn't 20. In my mind, it felt like 20. It was £10 to do the Ferris wheel. That's expensive. Like, I mean, maybe it's not for London. Maybe because it's in the city, that's not expensive at all. But like, I grew up going to this more rural sort of fair where the rides are not that expensive. So to me, I was kind of stunned by that. And then I went and settled for this cheaper ride, which I should never have done, as you'll see in a second. Okay, I've done this thing called It's a Small World, because I thought it would be like a thing at Disney World. Like, you know, where everyone sings It's a Small World. It's like kids make fun of this stuff. But I think it's just a little kid's room. This definitely isn't the Disney one. I just paid £5 for this. This is embarrassing.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
What would they call it? It's a Small World.
Thank you for riding the Small World Adventure. Enjoy the rest of your visit.
That was it!
Wonderland.
I'm mortified. I just called my mom and we were talking about how, well, first of all, it was very awkward just paying for that ride, being alone here. And also, like, it's very different because I've gone to museums alone. But it's very different to go to a carnival alone, and I don't like it. It's actually pretty depressing because literally every single other person here is with someone, and it's awkward. I almost feel like I shouldn't be here, like I'm an imposter or something. It makes me really miss the days when I'd go to the fair every year with my family. I've never been to the fair in the winter. I'm going to head out now because I've done the ride. I'm glad I did it for the experience. So I can say I did something, not because it was actually a good ride. But I'm gonna go to the Science Museum now because that's like a 30-minute walk from here. So I need to figure out where I am. This place is massive. I've literally walked in a massive circle and I can't find the exit. Oh my gosh, wait, there's the exit. The first thing I saw at the Science Museum was a Dalek from Doctor Who, which I thought was so cool, but it ended up being a replica. It was still cool though. So this museum, I was expecting it to be a lot more like little kid friendly, I guess. Science museums I feel like often are just geared towards little kids. This ended up being such a cool museum, and my favorite part was actually the history of medicine, because they had so many neat details on how it evolved and kind of like some gross things too. There's one part that had like a bit of a man's brain like on display, like a bit of a brain. I just thought that was the coolest thing. And then there's this fake little optician shop, which was adorable. They just had really nice descriptions, a nice layout, and of course this museum, as well as many others in London, they're free to go to, so if you're ever in London, you really should go to it. It's totally worth your time. A couple of weeks ago, I actually went to Bath, which is like a 15-minute train ride from Bristol. And while I was there, I went to the Herschel Museum, which was like a little tour of his old house that he and his sister Caroline had. So I got to see a replica of their telescope, but here they had the actual telescope. So it was like I'd come full circle and I got to finally see his actual telescope, which was really cool. They had a few other artifacts about him, and then I passed by a window and had to record the moon because it looked absolutely incredible. And then actually shortly after, I got to see this little moon. Well, not little. It was just really cool. I keep saying everything was cool. I mean, everything was cool. This, though, was absolutely mind-blowing. Okay, so it's like a diagram of how close the Earth and Moon would be. But, like, if this were the distance between the Earth and the Moon, the Sun would be this far away as we go over here, which, you know, like, that's pretty far. It wouldn't be another 320 kilometers to the next, like, closest star. And 320 kilometers. Like, the Earth and Moon were only 1 inch away from each, or not 1 inch. They were so close together. I couldn't believe it. That was just the coolest thing. Oh yeah, this is also really neat because I just watched The Theory of Everything, actually, like a week ago. So there's an exhibit on Stephen Hawking, which I found to be really exciting to read about and everything. And now I really want to read A Brief History of Time. I don't know that much about Stephen Hawking, so it's fascinating to learn more about him. Okay, I've just finished wandering around the museum. Next I'm going to go grab some supper, and I'll probably have some time to look at some shops while I'm going out. And I'm going to make my way over to St. Luke's Church, where there's going to be a carol service, Christmas carols. It's a paid event, but all the proceeds go to charity, and it should just last an hour. There's like a second hour for socialization, and they're gonna have like mulled wine and mince pies, I think, but I'm not gonna go to that. So the plan is to go find some food, do some shopping, go to the carols, and then I'm going to I'm going to catch my 8 p.m. bus that heads back to Bristol. I can see the church right ahead. I'm going to just camp outside a little bit while I finish my Magnum ice cream bar. And then I'll head in to get seating closer to the exit so I can dart out and catch my bus at the very end of the event. I very sadly had to leave during O Come All Ye Faithful and before Hark the Herald Angels Sing because I was getting a bit anxious about the time. So I'm on my way to the station now. The bus departs at 8 p.m. and I should be getting back to Bristol at 11 p.m. So it's a little bit of a long bus ride, but it was just a really nice way to get into the Christmas spirit. I'm so glad that I went. My mom's going to be so delighted by this. She really wanted me to see some nice Christmas lights. I seriously do not have the time to be recording all these Christmas lights, and I thought that guy was going to get hit by that car. Blinding. So I am back in my room. It was really just such a beautiful night. I think my favorite part was definitely the carol service at the end, because hearing those songs, I mean, you heard like the Oh Holy Night, the voices were so evocative, and it was this kind of, it was beyond festive. It was really this feeling that it just encapsulated everything that Christmas means, and in conjunction with reading Charles Dickens on the bus back and finishing that, which I've never read A Christmas Carol before. I've only seen like the animated Jim Carrey version, which I do like, but reading it and seeing that raw sort of appreciation for everything that comes with Christmas and what it truly means to celebrate Christmas. And then even just like all wrapped up with the setting of the Christmas lights and the starry night and the, you know, the fog along with the clear skies. It was swapping back and forth all day. It just really made for a perfect November 30th evening. That is going to be all for this evening. I'll probably do some journaling after I shower, and then I'll either watch an episode of Modern Family or I'll rewatch some of Daredevil. I haven't decided yet. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.